what do you recommend for back exercises for someone who sits a lot for work?
I feel like we have answered this question.
Oh, really?
No. I still like it. Let's do it. It's a good one. But I feel like we've answered it conventionally several times over the years on the pod. So I'm going to go.
So you want to answer it unconventionally?
I'm going to go unconventional. I'm not just going to give you back. We can give some back exercises. But for someone who, I was working in corporate America for 2 years, public accounting, 55, 60 plus hours a week. And something intuitively felt so wrong about being in this room from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and then sometimes on Saturdays in a chair, hunched over a computer. Like, there were many...
Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Me too. There were many known reasons why I didn't like it, but there were also intuitive reasons that I only know in hindsight why I didn't like it. And one of them was the expectation to sit there in a seated position, not moving, not getting any blood flow, indoors for extended periods of time. And I felt like it was my soul being crushed, but I think it was also my health. And one of the changes that I've made, being in control of my own schedule at this point, and I actually made changes then too. I did a lot of like these other accountants definitely made fun of me. On day 4 of this client, I walked in with, we're at a blue chip, like Fortune 30 company auditing their financial statements. And I walk into the audit room with an end table, like a shitty plastic end table. And I set it on top of the table and I put my computer on top of that. And I'm just standing there working and people are laughing and like taking pictures. And like one of the managers was like,
really?
I don't know if you should be doing that. Yes. The most square people.
You must have been so pissed.
I was like, I'm going to show you. So even at the time, I was trying to make an effort to do something different. And it's not just not being in the seated position. A lot of pain from sitting ends up being a result of frequency of postural changes. So you can have 2 people who are both sitting for 8 hours a day, but one person who's sitting consistently for that time and one person who's taking a 2-minute break to stand up, twist, like walk around a little bit. When you're moving around more frequently, you're going to end up feeling better. So, I don't know if you're working at home. I've started doing emails laying on the floor on my stomach, doing more things on the floor. I think that's a big one. We joked about this a couple years ago when I first moved here, of having this space and laying on the ground and doing like banana rolls and like just getting into positions that you normally don't get in day-to-day life, unless you're really focused on your mobility, like some of us are. But finding ways to get into those positions leads to you feeling better. So we can talk about back exercises, but I think just not sitting at your computer for 8 straight hours and doing anything else is one of the best things you can do to feel better over time.
Dude, I love that. That's got to be a clip. We got to clip that one, David. That was so good. And I completely agree. It's one of those things. It was a really classic thing at gyms when I first started coaching when I was like 14, 15, 16. All the coaches would always tell their clients, they'd be like, hey, I only see you 1, 2, 3 hours a week. Like all the other hours at home, like those matter more, especially for fat loss. And I also feel like, it's the same thing for movement. It's like, I'm only seeing you for a couple hours a week. And like, if I'm not seeing you, like you're training yourself, you really think like 10 sets, which is a lot, by the way, if you're doing 10 sets for your back at the end of the week, like that's going to make a massive difference. Like if the rest of the hours of the week, like you're just doing the same shit over and over and over again. So changing your daily habits is absolutely essential. And the add-on to that, instead of going with the standard, like dumbbell rows, lat pull downs, instead of doing that shit, let's just go like real, just like alternative. Your spine is designed to move in every direction. It's designed to move. It's not designed to stay still. It's not designed to just not rotate, to not bend. And so for me, like, dude, I'll tell you what, Jefferson curls have been so freaking good for my back. And I've had devastating back injuries before. And people get mad when I talk about this recently, but I'm not encouraging someone who's been sitting at a desk for 22 years and like has issues to just load up a barbell and start doing Jefferson curls. But you can start doing movements that challenge the movement of your spine, like even something like a cat cow, right? Cat cow, get your spine moving.
Mm-hmm.
Elephant walks, get your spine moving. I would say those are super good. You know what I like as well? In addition to cat cows, elephant walks, Jefferson curls, Supermans.
Mm-hmm.
Like Superman's like demonized exercise by the science-based community for a long time. It's like, why? Supermans are a great drill when you do them properly and you progress them properly.
Mm-hmm.
Like Superman's awesome exercise. If you can do like an overhead Superman and hold that for like 60 seconds, that's pretty freaking good. I think that's like a really good drill to be doing. I think
working up to 60 seconds.
Yeah. Like starting off with 10 seconds and not hands overhead. It's just start there. Dude, lateral bending, big fan. Like it's funny, like people see the lateral bending, like, and they think it's like an oblique exercise. Yeah, you can do it to work your oblique, but you can also do it for spinal movement.
Yeah.
Like you can do it without like, not necessarily to try and get thicker abs, but more just do it to move your spine properly.
Right.
Love it. And not just doing it laterally, but doing it slightly forward, slightly backwards. You know what? I think one of my favorite movements that I've been doing with Lucas in Range of Strength has been a reverse Jefferson curl, which I didn't even know existed until I started doing it with him, where I get light dumbbells. I think now I'm up to either 15s or 20s, but I essentially stand maybe like half a foot away from the wall, and I have dumbbells in each hand, and I arch backwards with the dumbbells in my hand and until my belly button hits the wall. And then I come back. And like I had to work up to this. And when you just start out, you can start super close to the wall and you shouldn't use any weight when you first start, and just work on developing that spinal extension backwards. So you can do this Jefferson curls forwards, reverse Jefferson curls backwards. Oh my God, dude. It feels absolutely amazing. And my back feels the best that it's felt since I was a teenager.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Feels better than when you were pulling 4X body weight?
Infinitely better. Infinitely better than when I was doing that. Yeah.
It's a great answer.
Yep.
Move, baby.
That's it.
We need more movement. And I feel for people who are stuck in day-to-day routines that don't allow them to get much movement in, especially when they've, you have the responsibility of a family. You might be under pressure in terms of bills. Even if the job you're working is one that doesn't allow you to move as much as you want, you're in a position where you need the paycheck. Like, I'm empathetic to those situations, but for anyone who isn't there yet, I think there's I've talked about this so many times, but I don't hear anyone else talking about this. The materialism and consumerism in the West seems to drive a need to work certain types of jobs to make enough money to fund a lifestyle, but your set of behaviors that you exhibit from working that job are not good for your health. There's the age-old adage of, we sacrifice our health to make money and then pay money to get our health back, when it almost seems like you don't need to do that. But then I don't know if I would take this advice. If you told 25-year-old Mike, like, hey, having X amount more money isn't going to make you happier or isn't going to make your life better, like you can work less and focus more on your health now, I don't know if I would have listened at that point. You almost need to.
You definitely would not have.
I definitely would not have. You definitely need to go, well, I would not have, because I'm stubborn and kind of an idiot, but I think other people might be better at heeding the advice of others and learning from others' mistakes rather than making mistakes yourself, and thinking, oh no, I'm going to adjust my lifestyle. I actually don't need to do these things that aren't great for my health to get more. I'm going to let my foot off the gas a little bit, do some things that are better for my health. I think on a population scale, like that is something that's actually within the control of the individual, and something that we're missing, and something that would make people's lives a lot better.
Dude, completely agree. Clip that.
Clips Nation, baby.